Hamilton.
Here.
Taylor.
Here.
Robinson.
Here.
Baxter.
Here.
Harris.
Here.
Insulaco.
Here.
And Height.
Present.
A quorum is present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Would you read the special call, please?
This is a email from Amy Fields, City Attorney, regarding special meeting of the North Rock City Council at 5:30 p.m. on Monday, April 3rd, 2023. Honorable members of the North Rock City Council, the purpose of this email is to advise you that Mayor Hartwick has called a special meeting of the North Rock City Council at 5:30 p.m. on Monday, April 3rd, 2023 at City Hall Council Chambers, North Little Rock, Arkansas. The following will be on the agenda. R2368, authorizing the extension of overnight curfew for parts of the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas. R2369, amending the 2023 budget for the city of North Little Rock to establish the 2023 Tornado Fund. O2324, providing for the city of North Little Rock to comply with all state purchasing and procurement laws applicable to municipalities, repealing section 2-700 of the North Little Rock Municipal Code as amended by ordinance number 9396B. Pursuant to section 1.03 of the North Little Rock ordinance number 9079 as amended by ordinance number 9328, the mayor and I are requesting that you waive the 72-hour notice requirement of notice delivered by email as provided by section 1.03A3.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the the 72-hour notice requirement
Second.
for this council meeting, this special call council meeting.
On the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris? Yes. Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
And I'd like to remind you all that every time we do one of these special meetings, mostly they're attached to an already existing city council meeting, but you're asked in these emails to reply to me and Diane, to Diane and I. I got two regulars that are replying to me, so if you all would, please remember to reply to those. I'd appreciate it. Mr. Baxter, you're one of the repliers, so I might see your look.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was for press.
No, it's
You want us to reply?
I want you to reply.
Oh, I was like, I got
Okay.
notice.
Just say received.
Got
Just
it.
take a second and say
I
received.
thought that was for press, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
All right, R2368, Mayor Hartwick.
Please call it.
A resolution authorizing the extension of an overnight curfew for parts of the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas.
Move for
Move for
adoption.
Second.
Motion seconded.
On the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
Can I ask a question too? Since we did this is only for how many hours?
It's for 2 more nights. The ordinance allows for an extensions 48 hours at a time.
So if we're not any further along than what I think we may be, I may can come back and do it again. I will call you, okay. Thank you. All right, it's done. Thank you.
R2369, Mayor Hartwick.
Please, Amber, come forward. Go ahead, call it, read it.
Well, this is
resolu-
on, we still need to vote on the curfew one.
No, I thought we just did,
We
didn't
just-
we?
we
just
just
did.
voted.
Oh, we vote.
We voted
I'm
on that.
Sorry,
It's already done.
sorry, I zoned out for.
Please read it and go ahead, R2369.
A resolution amending the 2023 budget for the city of North Rock to establish the 2023 Tornado Fund.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Motion adopted, second.
On the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to, and thank y'all for doing this, but I want Ember to explain why and what we're doing, please. Ember, if you don't mind.
So we went ahead and allocated a budget towards the tornado cleanup efforts. We met with Adam today. FEMA will be coming in, and once a federal declaration is declared on categories C through F, that's on our permanent structures, then we'll be eligible for a 75% reimbursement. It's just a process we have to go through. Hopefully within the next week that process will be done. There's already been a federal declaration on category A and B, which is the forced labor, overtime, and debris removal. So we already know we'll be eligible for reimbursement at 75% of that, and we expect that we will be on the rest. So we're just appropriating the money to spend it now and get reimbursed later.
Any questions? Thank you, ma'am.
75% best we can do?
We would have to see if the state would be willing to contribute to the 25%.
I just didn't know if there was a 100% category.
Management cost is 100%. but then it's a percentage of the total spend, so.
And we have to, I think our total is about 1.76 million that we have to claim, but we're gonna be way over that anyway, so.
Just trees.
Any other questions? Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
O-2324, Mayor Hartwick.
Please call it.
An ordinance providing for the city of North Little Rock to comply with all state purchasing and procurement laws applicable to municipalities, repealing Section 2-700 of the North Little Rock Municipal Code as amended by ordinance number 9396B, first reading.
Move we waive all readings.
Second.
We'll suspend a second.
On the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes. Move for adoption.
Second.
Adopt a second, and y'all any explanation from Ms. Fields what we're doing? If not, go ahead.
On the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
I'm gonna beg for y'all's indulgence for a few minutes. Chief Davis, can you bring us, all of us now that we're in session, up to date? Yesterday, I do apologize to Councilmember Harris, but I had to do what I did, so my apology to you, Councilmember. I cannot have two aldermen, council members at the same spot, so accept my apology.
No, that's okay.
And meanwhile, if you'll bring us up to date, please.
Sure, and yeah, I agree with that as well. And so, as y'all came in the Emergency Operations Center that one day, you know, if we want to get together as a group in the other room at some point and announce that, the press is more than welcome to come. We're not, you know, we have no secrets with any of this. So, but today we made pretty good strides with things. We were about to reduce the officer presence. However, my electricity just went off at my house again, so that means that's already begun. So it looks like another 9,000 up will be out immediately, and that will get our number back up to about 13,000, which we were at 15,000 at our worst. So we got it down to about 4,200, I think, today is what we got down to. The rest of that restoration process is going to take several days in the Amboy area, I do believe. Every indication we get is that the AP&L lines, energy lines, is going to, it's going to take a long time. And the problem is with the conditions that we're expecting, we had a weather briefing during our 3 o'clock briefing this afternoon, and we were on a call with the National Weather Service, and unfortunately, tomorrow afternoon, the temperatures are going to get up in the 80s, and there's more of a risk of storms than there were Friday that we're looking at now. So, you know, I don't think we're going to get any bad weather, but I don't know. But everybody's working hard. Our spots that we had, our staging areas that we had, the 2 staging areas we had, we've combined all of that to Edwards Food Saver. I'm in the process of trying to find a location that we can move that indoors because we need to be ready to get all that stuff in tomorrow. We're working on that tonight and in the morning, so hopefully we'll have a remedy for that. We're toying with the ideal, and I just kind of got this thought this morning that I'd like to, this weekend, make a weekend of volunteer work in North Little Rock, kind of make a big deal out of it, kind of a party type atmosphere, but just we want to get specific locations for that the needs are and get those people pushed out into the community. It's kind of what we're struggling with now. We got people showing up and they just don't know exactly where to go. And so today we've been out in the neighborhoods, and we'll finish that in the morning, but we're going door to door. We're handing out some information. We're taking some pictures of any issues that they have that we can download into the file. We're trying to get things going as fast as we can to get that accomplished. Crowder is here, the cleanup group. They have started staging equipment in Burns Park. Our original plan was to take all of that waste down to the soccer field parking lots, a lot of area there. We learned today that that's not, we were approved to do that today, but as the day wore on, we learned that because it's a flood zone, flood area possible, we can't use that. So we're moving up to the 5, where the ladies softball area is, that you can see right off the interstate. That's where all that will be taken to now. So they will start the equipment, they started downloading equipment. It's out at the park right now, a lot of big trucks and things. So they'll get all those trucks certified tomorrow, and they're expecting, they said Thursday they would start on the streets. I said Wednesday afternoon, and he said Wednesday afternoon it'll be. So company's been really great to work with. You know, as we move forward, I mean, we're just on day 4, and this is going to be a long, long process. So everybody, we've been really trying to get stuff out on social media, and we've had great results with that so far. The calls to City Hall today were few, so that's good. And we're just keep pushing that information out. If any of y'all have any questions at any time, you know, just call, and we'll get the answer for you as quick as we can. Forgetting anything? There's questions? Yes, ma'am.
Is that a bunch that, you know, picks up, is that
It
who
has
you're talking
armor
about?
back- go ahead,
A
I'm
bunch
sorry.
up, is that a?
Yes, big trucks they can lift a lot of weight, and that's where kind of our street department. As a matter of fact, school's starting back tomorrow, except for Amboy, and they have a generator they're trying to bring in. Now, that school starting tomorrow may change in the next few minutes if we find out about the electric going to be out an extended period of time. But they plan to start tomorrow. They've written, we thought we were going to have hubs for the buses stop at a certain place, but they drove it all today, and thanks to our crew here, the street department, we have cleared enough off all the roads that the buses are able to run. And so that says a lot for those guys, and I'm telling you, there's been a lot of work going on by a lot of people, so they've done a great job, our city people have, and, you know, that will continue. Yes, Ms. Robinson?
Ms. Robinson.
My question is, with all this devastation and gonna be rebuilding and all, will we need to hire temporary inspectors, both plumbing and electrical?
That's a possibility. Sean was at the briefing this afternoon, and they were a little surprised that they had not had more come in. I think they only had 4 that were related to the storm that came in for permit issues. And they felt like that was probably because electricity at the houses that have taken the biggest hits, that they don't have electricity right now anyway, so they're not really done anything to get the ball rolling. Just to say that we talked about this curfew, we've had no issues at night with any problems happening. The curfew is simply to let the people that live in the area have a good night's rest and not have to listen to a lot of noise outside, people cleaning and all that kind of thing, and for safety of somebody getting hurt out there in the dark trying to do a cleanup.
Anybody else?
Mr. Baxter?
Mr. Baxter.
Hey, real quick, so I've been trying to, throw out on one of our neighborhood pages some basic information that I receive about where they can do, handle this or handle that, and it seems to be very fluid. So would I just be better off tell them just check the city's Facebook page and just leave it at that?
No, you can, as long as you're giving out the right information, everything's great there, and you do. There is a place where you can, at first we started with the airport. We shut that part down as far as citizens being able to take things there. It's at the Hospitality House parking lot where you can take your construction debris, and you can take any small tree debris, and you can take it and drop it off there. And Crowder Golf, the company, they will pick it up from there and take it to where it needs to go. Yes.
Ms. Ross.
I was talking to Sherry yesterday, and the city website, up the top, they have it's Tornado 223 page or whatever, and it's got a lot of information, and she's updating it. So
Yes.
that's where I've been sending everybody to that. It answers a lot of
That's
questions.
probably the best part to
Yeah.
send them to that update, because she's sitting there with Chief almost constantly. So everything he says and puts out, she's putting on that website
Yeah, it
page.
has where the sanitation trucks are and the volunteers to go. Okay,
And,
so-
and to say that about sanitation, Condo in his report this afternoon, they were able to catch up, finish Friday, and they did Monday's route, so they're acting like it's just normal business, and that's how the mayor kind of put it to us yesterday. Let's get rolling, and everything else has to continue while we're also working this project.
Ross.
Okay, so I was at a house today, and they've got those big, huge tree root balls. And, and they're close to the street. Is that something that,
Is it on the house? Is that what
No,
you said?
no, see,
Oh.
the ones that have failed, they've cut them up.
Okay.
But they've got those big, huge root balls that have ripped up sidewalks and stuff, so I didn't know if the claw truck could pick up something like that, or,
It will pick up a lot of weight. It will pick up anything within arm's reach of the right of way.
Okay.
It will not get off the road, so
right,
it's
right,
got to
right.
grab it. And so kind of foresee what may possibly happen, some things that are picked up, and so it's similar to the LEAF program.
oh,
You rake them out and pick them up, and then the next day, like me, I put mine out there after the truck's already
It has a-
passed through.
Chief, tell me it has an arm that reaches 25 feet.
Yes, yes.
right, and their house I was at, it looked like
Okay.
that root ball was within 25 feet.
They'll,
and I was
yes,
like,
they can pick it up, and that's the
I mean,
problem,
it's
that,
huge.
you
It's
know,
gonna pull
what
up
we've
more.
done up till now is Condo and his crew have picked up a lot of brush that they could, but they can't pick up the heavy items like that, and that's what this company will do when they get here.
Well, this is over around Flint Rock and Incas, and it's, yeah.
Harris?
One last thing. I'm already hearing things in Napa Valley over there in Little Rock about scammers. I mean, can police go up to contractors, or, I mean, I don't know. Are we doing anything about that, or do we worry about that, or how do we?
Yeah, I think that's coming. I mean, it's something to worry about, but there's been some posts that have also come out saying, you know, contact the city clerk's office, contact planning, and they will tell you if these people have permits already. So do that before you contract out with somebody that, you know, is raising the prices or doing
And that's
shoddy
on
work.
our website. I think I saw it earlier. It is on our
Yes.
website about what
Yes.
to do.
Right. Like
Anybody
shit.
else? Mr. Height?
I'm one of the guilty ones. When I get that briefing from Clerk Whitby, I've been passing it on, and you don't want us doing that, is that right?
I don't have any problem with it. I
Yeah,
think Mike-
just know that that briefing that she puts out, she's typing that rather quickly, and sometimes, I mean, the
not-
spelling and all those things are, so I've been on the social media end of things, a posting that had a typo in it, and people have a field day with you, so just know that those are rough notes, and we'll probably start
Okay.
putting that on there.
So we can pass it on then? Okay.
Mike and
Thank
I
you.
talked very early on that every communication we have, we's not gonna keep it secrets. In
Yes.
fact, we started announcing from the very beginning, your power may be out for over a
Oh,
week.
yeah.
So,
Yes, and a little update about the power issue. During our briefing this afternoon, Ryan from the electric made the comment that Energy is now saying that it could be that 7-day window went to 10 days for the hardest hit area in the Bellwood area, Amboy area. So they are really struggling over there, and that's an energy issue. But, you know, I forget how many poles they said are down, but, you know, kudos to all the departments that are coming in and helping electric. They've been working 16-hour days, and they are going to, safety-wise, we're starting to see some distress there with them, and so they're going to go back to 14-hour days. They've got hotel rooms available, but some of them live Cabot, you know, that type of area, and they'd love to get home and sleep in their own bed, and that's what they've been doing.
real fast, tell the people that have arrived from other, it's Jonesboro, help me with that. Jonesboro,
Yes,
Conway?
Jonesboro, Clarksville,
Bentonville.
Paragould, Benton,
Bentonville.
Conway, Bentonville, I'm sorry.
Benton
Oh,
and
Benton and
yeah.
Bentonville, yes.
So
yes,
it was 7 different municipalities
Yes.
plus energy, and then we have that
Yes.
ULLC or whatever.
Yes, and they've all brought equipment with them, poles and other things, and we've got deliveries every day since the storm, and we've got several drop areas that they're placing those items, so they don't have to go back out to their place or anything like that. So they've got, it's a well-oiled machine, it's just a long process.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say one thing, and I know everybody agrees, but everybody that I've talked to, everywhere I've been out, have had nothing but wonderful words for all the city employees, for the services provided, for the information. You know, we've had a few complaining about their electric being out, but they're going to complain about anything. I mean, so it's.
Yeah, and I think
It's a great job, the employees. I know y'all are,
Right.
worked, y'all look tired. You know.
I think you look great.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, but I think getting that information out, if people know, if we tell them, I mean, I don't like the fact that we have to say out loud that it could be 10 days before electricity's turned on somewhere. And that, I'm not adding 10 days to it, I'm saying, 7 days, but now it's
Well,
maybe 3
people
more.
like to be communicated with. They don't like to be kept in the dark. And that's the reason I've sent those briefings out, and people really appreciate it.
Yes,
They don't want to be kept in the dark, so.
Yeah, and I'm tired, so I'm gonna joke about that just a little bit when you say kept in the dark. So anyway, sorry.
But, we're not on Facebook, are we, Mayor?
Yes, John? Yes. Are we on Facebook? I thought we were.
Okay, so, one of the things that's concerning to me is, obviously with a lot of open ditches out in Amboy, there's been a huge amount of debris that are in the open ditches, to include garbage cans, just general debris, but I've seen garbage cans, I've seen recycle bins. I know that, I've talked with engineering, we're working on that hard and heavy, but I would just like to, again, I know this is trivial, but it could mean something in the long run, you know, as it relates to our stormwater inlets down along the curb. If, you know, a resident or two could go along and make sure that that's clear to allow that water to flow, because the creeks and the ditches aren't gonna flow that well right now. Actually, any debris you can push out of the face of the curb is just gonna pay dividends.
That's an excellent thing to say, during the briefing today, it looks like we could get up to 1.5 inches of rain they're expecting, so yes, we need to do that, and the highway police are working on that, highway department's working on that with us, and tomorrow morning, that will be a push that we have, yes.
So I talked to David Cook today, and I apologize that I didn't get a chance to update you on this because it got a little hectic. He's working on multiple emergency contracts with vendors because I think he had a couple of phone calls about this exact topic. And so they're working to get all those ditches cleaned out before the rain starts again. So he's on top of it. That was his words. So
No way.
he's on top of the contracts.
Okay, Ms. Ross?
One more thing, the sorting the debris, because, you know, when I was, like I said, when I was out there, you know, in Indian Hills, and they've got their lawn chairs in with their trees and metal tables and everything about sorting the debris, so we make sure people know that they need to sort that so that we can get it.
Yes, and we put that out today, and I saw a couple of people commenting, hey, I didn't know that at the
Right, and
time.
that's what they were all
when we
saying.
talked to Crowder Gulf, they said, we understand that. So we're saying from this point on, try to separate those items, and, because it makes things go a lot better, but they're going to pick up whatever's out
They
there.
will, okay, 'cause
Yes, yes.
that's-
They
Mr.
won't-
Robinson?
yeah.
I know that we have a curfew in place for that area.
Yes.
How is it working?
It's
working.
working great. You know, hopefully we can start scaling that back. We intend to scale that back as the area gets their electricity, then we'll take them out of that. It's so dark out there, and you don't want somebody to get hurt is what it boils down. We've had no issues as far as crime related.
Mr. Taylor?
Oh,
Hang on.
And I wanted to interject, you know, our ordinance is what it is, that it can only last 48 hours without it being renewed. So if you all, you know, would probably plan on being here on Wednesday, and there is a good possibility then that we'll also, besides extending it, amend the map to just reflect the areas that are impacted by the power outages. So if y'all would be prepared to do that, and we'll get
Can I
the
ask a question?
information out to you as quickly
So
as
if I have
we
to do another
can.
special call, can I do it by phone? I
You
have
know,
done it in
they
the
can
past, I've
wait,
done it, but I'm asking.
You know, and once again, they can,
They could call in, is what I'm saying.
oh, can they do it by?
weekend,
Oh,
but
yeah,
you
they can call
I
in.
have to be here,
mean,
I'm just saying, they can call, and I've done this in the past, they
can-
could call, we could do it so they don't have to show up if you got, so
Oh,
just
yeah,
call.
yeah, if they're available, we can do that for special call meetings, for
Yeah.
regular meetings.
And that's what I may
so,
do, but if you
yeah.
can come, you can
Mr.
come, but.
Baxter?
So
Mr. I'm sorry.
I was gonna suggest Zoom, but I don't have any internet access or any power, so.
I'm sorry, I
I just thought
didn't-
I'd say something since me and Vince was the only people who hadn't said anything. I just thought I'd say something, so
Yes, sir, Mr. Taylor?
that's it.
That's it, okay. Yeah, I'm going to talk to Ms. Fields. In the past, and I guess things do change, but in the past, we could do a special call, and it's just one item. Y'all could call in by Zoom. We can get it done and be through and over with. I'll be here, but y'all could Zoom if you'd like.
How many people do we need?
6, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, on a resolution, as long as we don't have an ordinance with
This
a,
is-
we're gonna need 5.
5, I'm sorry.
I don't
Okay?
understand why we're piecemealing it, you know.
She says that my city attorney says we can only do it 48 hours at a time.
That's what our ordinance says on curfews, and we are, I mean, yeah, if you all want to amend the ordinance.
And
But,
we may
I mean,
need
the
to.
ordinance says what it says on curfews. We are restricting people's movements, their constitutional right to be free to move around the city. And so I think that, and I'm not the one that wrote the ordinance, but I believe that that was why it was written that way, because we are infringing on people's rights, that it be reviewed regularly, and not trying to be burdensome to you all, but balance folks' rights along with the inconvenience that
Anything
it
else? Ms.
presents to
Ross?
you.
Well, that's, I mean, it's not in my ward, and it's yours, but I mean, everybody that I've talked to in that area, they're tickled to death to have the curfew.
We have had no complaints about the curfew, period, and I
in the
think, like,
areas.
I think,
Absolutely, and I know that, I mean, I've heard only positive comments about it, as well as the police officers, so.
anybody else?
Are the Hogs playing tonight?
Who?
The Hogs?
No, the national championship game is on tonight. So, anybody?
Just last thing, Mayor, I know that we have tons and tons of folks that are out there working tirelessly, especially in Ward 3. And I just want to publicly say that I appreciate all the long hours. I have not seen anybody with a bad attitude, whether it be a city employee or those contractors that are coming in. Thus far, everybody's been, but we are only on day 4.
I was out at Burns Park today, we saw one intruder, so I stepped out of the car and pulled him over, and it was Joe Smith. On the motion, everybody?
Citizens arrest.
Yeah, we through?
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
On the
Second?
motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton? Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter? Harris? Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height.